As soon as I tell somebody what I do, immediately, almost without fail, almost to a man, they say, God, I'd love to learn how to speak Irish. I mean, the yearning of people for Irish is palpable. And they say, you know, if you want something, all you need is to cultivate the desire and the rest will follow. Well, by Jenny, there's a desire there that's unbelievable. And when I see that, then I have great faith for a bilingual future in this country.
People forget that by the late 1880s, Irish culture was essentially dead. And if it wasn't for certain groups like the Gaelic League, who revived Irish culture and gave us this wonderful legacy, my God. You look at your Irish money, the interlaced artwork, you could say to the world, this is our art. Visitors will come overseas and they look at the Irish currency. They won't want to spend it, they want to frame it because of all the beautiful artwork on it with medieval texts reproduced on the back or quotes by like Dean Swift, William Butler Yeats. That's why when rock and roll came to Ireland, songs like Black Rose by Thin Lizzy and Derek Doom by Horselips and King of the Fairies, they were part of the continuum. We had it all. We were saturated. This is our country. This is what we're like. The new state wanted to make it smart. We're not British. We're not Europeans. We're Gaels. We're different. We knew who we were. Even if we didn't have nothing, we had an identity. But when we started to have stuff, they started to take the identity away big time. My God, we really miss that badly now. And I want to see that really come back big time.
This is what the government are now trying to do, is to distract people away from the very core of who they are. And that is something I don't think you can do. I think more and more people, they're waking up in huge numbers and they're going, you know what? Maybe these guys are not actually the most qualified to be doing what they're doing. People are slowly starting to accept the fact that perhaps they are entitled to an opinion. Perhaps they are entitled to say what they think. And I hope more and more do. And I encourage people to speak up while you can.
The war, we realise now, is going on for a long time. It's a battle for the essence of the human being, which we call the spirit, which is that part of the human being which is total. It's a portal into the infinite and the eternal, so that we become totally ourselves, totally upward looking, totally motivated and fixated on the horizon. We are not designed to settle, to stop.
A woman having a child at home with her children and her husband and the people she loves, friends, whatever it may be around her, it's a far higher chance of having a child with no problems and with a flow and with everybody bonding. It's drummed into you that the only way to go is to the hospital.
Free birth, in a sense, about bringing birth back to be family-led. If you lie on your back in the grass one day and you look up at the clouds, every birth is the shape of a different cloud. They're all completely individual and they will all take on their own story and their own flow, and it's the environment and the space that you're in that has to be protected in order for that cloud to form into its shape. You see what happens when you try to confine nature. You can't fit it in.
You step outside the system and you get met with a lot of fear. What you've not had to scan, what you've not chatted to a doctor, what you've not this, that, you know, like what happens if you have this experience, and like there are real risks. But when you're looking into them and when you start to deep dive into why certain things happen, there's a lot that you can do. If you want to see a woman step into her power, let her have her birth that she chooses.
The mother, she holds that heart space, that foundation space upon which we all stand and we all thrive. And she's been so downtrodden and so disrespected and disregarded. And we're coming back to revering, acknowledging, raising and respecting her and her sacred role once again in the land.
I rang somebody in every county in Ireland and I said, if there's a well in your locality, if I sent you a little copper triskel, would you put in that little well? Because there's over 3,000 wells in Ireland, so I thought, well, if at least one is in every county in Ireland, well, that'll be something.
The soul of this country is deeper and more real than anything else you can throw at it.
Instead of all roads leading to Brussels or Davos or Washington DC, you have to create a situation in this country where all roads lead to Tara, where we came from. It's a powerful thing we have in us. All the centuries of crap this country dealt with, they never took that from us, ever.
When we revive Irish, it'll be against impossible odds, but that'll make it all the more profound. And if we can do it here, they could do it anywhere. And it's coming back. It's definitely coming back. The amount of people who are dying to learn it now, and it won't be the only language we speak, but more and more it'll be part of our spoken language. Ón deisceart, béig, dómhrón, do chuil díleachta, gan crown taca an clown, agus na blianta a háir ísacht. Gan muil, gan buil, bailín an seo, I bailú, in piadar nish le héngo, dorrinte, dochatte, dovruite an slua, the hawkus an moa.